question. So like question number 2 is what was the pivotal moment that got you engaged in community involvement? The pivotal moment that they're not going to hear my voice.
Okay.
On the, so certainly not on the final version.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And if you don't mind, is it okay if we can do a quick clap right in front of the, like in front of your face? Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
Okay.
What does that do? This is
Syncs-
fascinating.
Syncs your voice with the picture,
The visual.
right? Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay, ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Please state your name, title, and company.
I'm Diane Miller. I'm Director of InfoSec Operations and Cyber Initiatives at Northrop Grumman. I'm also our Director of Global Cyber Education and Workforce Development Programs.
What was the pivotal moment that got you engaged in community involvement?
I think the pivotal moment for me in getting involved in community relations and community service probably was when Northrop Grumman made the decision to be the presenting sponsor of Cyber Patriot. It's the National Youth Cyber Education Program. And that was about March of 2010. And I quickly discovered that there wasn't really a lot happening in this space with respect to helping youth prepare for learning more about cyber defense, going on to academic programs in it, and even thinking about it as a career. And I saw a huge opportunity there, and I just jumped right into it.
Great. Talk about your involvement in the community outside of work responsibilities. What have you been most involved with?
I think my community involvement inside and outside of work has been kind of balanced. I'm really passionate about volunteering. So even though I'm program manager for Cyber Patriot inside Northrop Grumman, I've extended it far beyond, I think, what my normal responsibilities would be. I'm really passionate about working with middle school and high school students on learning how to harden operating systems and protect and defend networks and operating systems and things like that. So I spend quite a bit of my weekend time with teams of children who are preparing for competitions, or during the summer in camp programs doing hands-on workshops, teaching them how to prepare their networks and things like that, and how to compete. So that's an important part of extending kind of the day-to-day responsibilities that I have at my job. But outside of my work environment, I spend a lot of time volunteering in my church. My faith is very important to me. And I not only volunteer at my local church as a lay Eucharistic minister, and I've taught Christian education, and I've been responsible for the program that prepares and delivers meals to the homeless families who are temporarily in hotels along Route 50 here in Fairfax County. But about 6 years ago, I got heavily involved in diocesan work for the Episcopal Diocese of Virginia. And I'm president of our region, which is 9 parishes in northern Fairfax County, kind of discerning our shared mission and ministry. We do a lot of outreach together into our community, but also mission trips for our youth. So all of those kinds of things that are kind of founded in my faith are very important to me. And certainly working at the diocesan level, I've had an amazing opportunity to co-lead a workforce that's looking at the entire restructuring of our diocese, which is pretty fascinating because we're the largest Episcopal diocese in the United States. So it impacts 182 parishes and hundreds of thousands of people. So that's been an amazing opportunity. I also am passionate about my alma mater. So California State Polytechnic University, I believe, gave me just an outstanding academic experience. I learned so much about information systems and technology, and I selected this particular school and this particular major because it was the first time model in the United States. And it has so well prepared me in their program of Polytechnic, really looking at different opportunities for decision making, pulling in different kinds of tools and techniques. The learn by doing aspect of it has really prepared me for lifelong learning. So every opportunity I get, I go back to Cal Poly Pomona. I've had the fortune of being on the University President's Strategic Planning Advisory Board. I'll go back and help with Resumania, working with students to help polish up their resumes and prepare them for interviews for internships and co-op positions in their first job after graduation, and speaking at student clubs, whether it's in the information technology area or with the Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers, their student chapter there. So always looking for an opportunity to go back to Cal Poly. We do host a Cyber Patriot Cyber Day LA, and last year we had 450 underrepresented students from around that geographic area come to the campus. First time most of them have ever been on a university campus. And just being there and part of the excitement of helping them maneuver around and learn all about computer defense and security is just fascinating. And then I also, this is a new one for me, I just signed up to be an election officer in Fairfax County. And I'm just so passionate about our opportunity as citizens to participate in our election process and becoming engaged citizens in our democratic republic, that I thought it would be really fun to help other citizens go through the voting process and help kind of maintain the integrity of the process for all of us. So I'm really excited about doing that.
Great. How has your involvement in these organizations benefited their mission? Describe the specific impacts that you've made on these organizations and how you've made them.
In the case of Cyber Patriot and a lot of the cyber education and workforce development activities I've been involved in, I believe that I've really been able to make a difference and really help execute their mission. In Cyber Patriot, our mission is to get children excited about STEM and cyber. And I'm thrilled that we've gone from 8 teams participating when we began in 2009, when the program began, to this past year we had almost 3,400 teams enrolled in the program. And that means every year we're reaching tens of thousands of middle school and high school age students as they explore and learn about cybersecurity, cyber defense. And I do a lot of speaking at high schools on Career Day about careers in cyber. And I think I've really sparked the interest for a lot of children. I know that when I teach a 3-day directed study in cybersecurity at the National Youth Science Foundation camp in West Virginia, a lot of the students say, I hadn't really thought about cyber. That sounds really interesting. And hopefully I've influenced a lot of children to pursue that field, and that is so core to our mission. We know it's working. On average, 14% of the children in the United States pursue STEM academic programs for college, and children who have participated in Cyber Patriot, 87% pursue STEM degrees: computer science, information systems, IT, cybersecurity. So we're very excited that we know we're making a difference. We're making a huge impact in the lives of tens of thousands of students every year, and we've been doing this as presenting sponsor since 2010. We've taken the program internationally. We're going into our 3rd year of Cyber Patriot in the UK. There we call it Cyber Centurion. We've had an 80% growth in enrollment year over year, and these are children from across the United Kingdom that have never experienced this. It's the first time there's been a cyber competition specifically set up for children ages 12 to 18. And the momentum is just amazing. I've done the same thing in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And there it looks like a hands-on workshop. I'm thrilled to be on the campus of King Saud University. And on the women's campus, I have women from 4 or 5 different universities around Riyadh come and do a hands-on workshop learning all about cyber defense, and at the end of the day we do a competition against the men's campus. So that's a lot of fun. It is just amazing to go back year after year. work with their faculty there that are so excited about having a program that their students, they're usually second or third year computer science or information sciences majors, do something that's above and beyond, something a little different than their academic program. And it is so thrilling to work with those students. They're fantastic.
Great. What would you say is your favorite volunteer activity or a moment that will always stick with you?
It's really tough to pick one favorite volunteering opportunity. Cyber Patriot has really made a difference for me. I really feel like I get back so much more than I give. And I can see the excitement on the children's faces, and they just light up when they've found one of the vulnerabilities in their machine image, and a little bell goes off and they get all excited. And when we're at the national finals competition, when the winners are announced, just to see how excited they are and what a difference it's making for them. For me, that's a very, very special time. But I think also when I'm working with the people in my community through my faith-based organizations, and you have a quiet moment to sit down and talk to somebody and understand the impact that you've made on their life by handing them, a home-cooked meal, or providing resources for them, or pointing them in the right direction to get help that they need, or working in our hypothermia shelter. That's really special too, because those are the quiet times when you really know you're making a difference.
Tell me about the passion you feel for your volunteer work. How long have you been doing it?
Oh my goodness, I've been volunteering for a long time. It's kind of a part of who I am. I think that's how I was raised. So very early on, I would be volunteering in my community, even if it was cleaning up parks, and just when I go for a walk, I take a trash bag with me and pick up trash. But some of it has been through my children. I have two children that are now 23 and almost 26. And I think much to their dismay, I was a very active parent volunteer in their classroom and always volunteered for field trips and things like that. But I also was teaching Christian education when they were in the primary grades through our church, and volunteering in a lot of those programs. I've been volunteering for things as far back as I can remember, and I think I probably spend a lot of hours on my various volunteering activities that sometimes it doesn't quite feel like volunteering. It feels like another career for me. But it is an important part of who I am, and I'm fortunate to have my family kind of come along for the ride and help out and kind of give me the freedom to spend the amount of time that I do on all of that volunteering.
How would you say your experiences have shaped you as an individual?
I think my experiences have had a huge impact in who I am. I've always had that commitment to give back, and that's kind of evident in my work with Cal Poly Pomona. I was so fortunate to have that academic experience. I think it's important to give back and to help the students there now understand what might await them as they get into their careers. I think very much my volunteering in my faith-based community outreach has given me a whole different perspective of individual situations where, people are down and out, not as a result of anything that they've done or not done. And it really has opened up my heart to the circumstances that other people have. I realize that I am blessed, I'm very fortunate, and not everyone is in that same position. And so I feel it's important to give back and to share the blessings I've received with others so that it might help them in their day-to-day lives. So the Cyber Patriot program, has just given me so much. This is funny. I get family photos from the participants, team photos, and they're sitting on my credenza with my family photos. So I feel like I've known these children for years as I've worked with them and with some of the coaches and the teachers and the other volunteers, that it's just like family. It has made the world a much smaller place for me, and I know that I have friends in the United Kingdom and friends in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia that are just anxious to learn more and to engage in this really important initiative. I mean, building up a cyber workforce is critical globally, but also in the United States as part of our national security and our economic prosperity. So I'm really passionate about building that next generation of cyber defenders. It's enriched me in an amazing way.
Final question. What else would you like the selections committee to know about you and your volunteerism?
I guess I would really like for the selections committee to know that all of us who are finalists are passionate about what we do, and to be recognized for what I do and my community service is such an honor. It is so humbling. I do this because I feel called to do this. It's just who I am, and to be honored for it is amazing. I really appreciate the opportunity.
You did great. Let me see. I should have